A medicine capsule is in a shape of a cylinder with two hemispheres stuck to each of its ends. The length of the entire capsule is 14 mm and the width is 5 mm. We also find the surface area. So pretty simple. You can already see here that this is the medicine, right? So from here till here, so much 14 mm, and then from here till here is 5 mm. We also find the entire surface area. All right. So how do you do this? The question will tell us that there are two hemispheres stuck to each of its end, right? So in order to find a total surface area, it will be curved surface area of the two hemisphere, right? Curved surface area of the two hemisphere plus curved surface area of the cylinder. Okay, so when we add all these three, then we'll get a total surface area of the medicine capsule. Clear? So now when you look here, can you see that from here till here is 5 mm, right? So if you look here properly, it becomes the diameter of the cylinder and also the diameter of the hemisphere, right? Which means if this is the diameter, half of it will be the radius, right? Half means from here till here. So we'll get a radius like that. Okay, you can already see here length of the capsule given, diameter of the cylinder and hemisphere, because remember, same, right? They have the same diameter. Okay, which means they also have the same radius. So I'll divide it by 2, right? So radius of the cylinder hemisphere will be 5 by 2. Clear? So now when you look here again, remember that this is also the radius, right? Even this is also the radius. So one thing you'll notice here is we have to know the height or the length of the cylinder. That means what? From here till here. Okay, of course we know the whole length. The whole length is 14 mm, right? From here till here is 14 mm. But let us try to find the height or the length of the cylinder. So how do you do this? Remember, from here till here is 5.2, and then from here is also 5 by 2, right? So how do you do this? We will subtract the length of the capsule minus twice into 2 into radius of the hemisphere. Clear? So that is how we'll get the length or the height of the cylinder. So let's first find this. All right, so you can see here length or height of the cylinder. How do you find it? From here till here, how do you find this? Length of the capsule, that means the entire length, right? 14 minus, there are two hemispheres here, right? So twice into radius of the hemisphere. So one radius of the hemispheres here and one radius of the hemispheres here. Okay, when I subtract these two, I'll get the height or the length of the cylinder. Okay, so length of the capsule is how much? 14, right? Then there's 2, so I've written here 2. Then what is the radius of the hemisphere? 5 by 2. So I can divide these 2 ones, 2 ones. Then 14 minus 5, I'll get the length or the height of the height of the cylinder to be 9 mm. That means from here till here is 9. Okay, so now we know we have everything here. We just have to directly put it in the total surface area of the capsule. So like I said, curved surface area of the cylinder, right? Curved surface area of cylinder plus 2 times curved surface area of hemisphere. Why? Because there are two hemisphere. All right, now we know all the values. We just have to put it here in the formula. So curved surface area of cylinder twice pi r h, right? That is where we are finding the height or the length of the cylinder. Okay, then 2 is there because there are two hemisphere. Then curved surface area hemisphere twice pi r square. So now when you look here, you will see that the common is twice pi r. Twice pi r is common, right? So I've taken it out here. If I've taken out twice pi r, right, I'll be left with just h. So here h is there. Now remember, here twice pi r has been already taken out, but there's one more 2 and then one more r is left. So 2 times r, right? Now nothing to do. Let's start putting all the values, right? So pi is 2 by 7. Radius we know 5 by 2. Height of the cylinder we just got it 9. 2 is there because there are 2, right? 2 is there, and then radius is how much? 5 by 2. So now once we have put the values, then I can divide 2 ones are here, right? And then I can divide this 2 ones. So here I'll be having 2 into 5 divided by 7. Then here 9 plus 5. So 9 plus 5 will give me 14. 7 and 7, 7 2s are 14. Nothing to do. Multiply all those 3. 2 into 5 into 2. I'll get a total surface area of the medicine, the whole surface area, to be equal to 220 centimeter square.